So there are calibrations that you can do, manual ones. I guess they suggest using the Bobcat service software to do it, but you can do it manually as well. So this is for the ACS controls, and this is for lift and tilt calibration. I think that's all you have with these, because well, I'm not exactly sure if that's all you have with these. I think we swap between hand controls and foot controls. Not exactly sure how that works because we don't have one here, but anyway, so let's see. First thing to do it for the ACS controls, which I guess is these guys, if you got them. You want to switch it to the hand controls. Suggests updating the loader service software to the latest version, but we're not going to do that. So you're going to place the rocker switch in the hand control mode. Turn the key on, or if you have the push one, press run enter. Close the cab door if equipped. With the seat bar down, turn ignition key on, or if you have the keyless panel, press run enter. I guess I read the thing by accident instead of reading that. Do not start engine. Push the press to operate button to unlock the hand controls. Fully stroke both control handles in toward the center of the cab and hold handles, like in the photo. Lift the seat bar high enough for the press to operate light to go off, which you probably have to have somebody else do it for you, or kind of tie these together or something. I don't know how you're going to do that and do it at the same time. So press it for it to go off, or lift it so the light goes off, then lower the seat bar. Push the press to operate button to begin calibration. The ACS icon will light up, and if you listen closely, the cycling of the actuators can be heard. The ACS icon will stay lit until the ignition key is cycled, or the loader is started and a function is operated. During the calibration cycle, the system will beep 3 times. Once the calibration is complete, code 3224 calibration performed will be generated. Then you can release the controls and calibration is complete. So you are going to do all that, but I believe you're going to hold those handles in. I believe you're going to hold those handles in until the calibration is done. So anyway, so lift and tilt calibration using the SJC selectable joystick control. Calibrations must be performed when replacing the hydraulic control valve, lift or tilt actuator, or drive controller. Failure to calibrate after component replacement may result in poor performance or reduced life of actuator. So it looks like in my situation, I probably don't have to do the calibration because I'm not replacing a control valve or actuator, but I'm not. This is just for the lift and tilt. There's another one for the drive as well. So with an operator in the seat and the seat bar down, close the cab door, place loader control pattern switch into the ISO position. Move the joystick to the forward right corner position and hold in position. Turn the key to the run position, or press the run enter button if you have the push button. See, that, or key. Put in the run position for power without starting the loader. The loader control pattern switch will start flashing and will continue to flash until the calibration is complete. At the left panel, press the Press to Operate button while holding the right joystick in position. Then release the joystick. During the calibration cycle, the system will beep 3 times. Once the calibration is complete, code 32-24 calibration performed will be generated. The ACS controller will cycle the actuators. The lift and tilt calibration is complete. So, it seems pretty easy. So what do? You get in there, you put it in the ISO mode, put the seat bar down, move the joystick forward right, like that. And you're going to turn the key on. And then, what was it? Turn the key on, and then push the Press to Operate Loader button. And then you can release the joystick. It does all its stuff, and then when it's done, it gives you the code. You might not get the code without hitting the hold for codes. So maybe before, well, I don't even know if you can do that. It doesn't say anything. It says that you can do that with the drive calibration. So here is the hydrostatic pump calibration for the SJC controllers. I guess they want you to put the loader on jack stands because it's going to drive the wheels to do it. So you're going to raise the loader up on jack stands. You got to get in the cab. Operator must be in seat with the seat bar down. Put on the ISO switch. Turn off the parking brake. So close cab door. Place loader control pattern into ISO position. Verify parking brake is off. Turn the key to the run position for power without starting the loader, or hit the run enter button. The control pattern ISO switch will start flashing. Move the left joystick to the forward left corner position and hold in position, so like that. Press to operate loader button while holding the left joystick in position. Move the left joystick to the reverse right corner position and hold in position. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back to this one. So, press to operate loader button while holding the left joystick in position, which is the forward right. 3 audible beeps will sound. Move the left joystick to the reverse right corner position and hold in position. Press to operate loader button while holding the left joystick in position. 3 audible beeps will sound. Allow the left joystick to go to the neutral position. Press the Press to Operate Loader button. 3 audible beeps will sound, and the error code item 2, which is up in here, will 75-98 will be displayed if the operator presses the hold for codes lights switch. So if you push and hold that light switch, it'll come up with the code there. So start the engine from the run enter position. Do not turn to the off position. This would cancel the calibration mode, and the procedure would have to be repeated. The control pattern ISO switch will stop flashing and will remain on for the rest of the calibration process. So throughout this whole thing, do not shut it off. Don't lift the bar. Don't get out of the machine or any of that stuff. So we follow these first ones, and then because you have it on jack stands, or should have it on some type of jack stands, next, after you're done with the calibrating of that doodad, it will continue on. So the ISO switch will stop flashing and it'll stay solid. So you're going to move the throttle to a high idle. If at any time during calibration the operator needs to stop the loader, turn the key off, lift the seat bar, or return the joystick to the neutral position, the calibration procedure will stop. To return to calibration mode, the operator must start in the complete procedure from the beginning. So put jack stands under the front axles and the rear corners of the frame before running the engine for service. Failure to use jack stands can allow the machine to fall or move and cause injury or death. So from the ISO mode, so move the throttle to a high idle. Move and hold the left joystick to the forward position until the forward calibration is completed. The loader speed will ramp up quickly and slow down 3 times in a row. The loader will then stair-step the speed until it reaches full speed, then comes to a stop. Continue to hold the left joystick in the forward position until the loader wheels or tracks come to a stop and an audible beep is heard. Forward calibration is complete. If the wheels or tracks do not stop moving in full speed forward in 2 minutes or less, there is an error in the calibration procedure. The operator must shut the loader off and start the calibration procedure from the beginning. So that's kind of a graph on what it's going to do for the speed. So tracks will come to stop and an audible beep will be heard. Move and hold the left joystick to the reverse position until the reverse calibration is complete. So it'll do that same thing. Loader will speed up and ramp. The loader speed will ramp up quickly and slow down 3 times in a row. The loader will then stair-step the speed until it reaches full speed, then comes to a stop. Continue to hold the left joystick in the reverse position until the loader wheels or tracks come to a stop and an audible beep is heard. Reverse calibration is complete. So same thing, if it doesn't happen within 2 minutes or less, there's an error in the calibration. There will be an audible beep. So, alright. So reverse calibration is complete. There will be an audible beep and the press to operate loader and traction lights will go out. The seat bar and lift and tilt lights will remain on. The 75-98 error code will clear. There should be no other codes in the display area. Allow the joystick to go to the neutral position. Once the calibration procedure is complete, the steering drift compensation values will be reset to S or neutral. Press to operate loader button. Move the left joystick to forward position and check for normal forward wheel or track rotation. Move the left joystick to reverse. Check for normal reverse wheel or track rotation. Stop the engine. Remove the loader from jack stands. The calibration procedure is complete. After calibration is complete, use steering compensation for fine tuning if an acceptable line of drift cannot be achieved. See drift compensation. If the loader does not maintain the desired path with steering drift compensation at a maximum setting of S-R10 or S-L10, so it's probably right or left 10. See electrical and hydrostatic troubleshooting on some other page. So let's see if I can show you how we do the compensation. Steering drift compensation is available on this JC equip machines software. Blah blah blah. Software version 61 or higher is required to support this feature. The loader software version can be displayed in the hour meter code display. See operation manual for correct procedure. Steering drift compensation can be used to reduce steering drift to maintain a desired travel path. Examples of application with feature can be used to compensate for normal variations such as tire inflation, track tension, and tire wear, track wear. Use side shift attachments such as trenchers, planers, and silt fence installers. Driving on uneven terrain such as crowned road surfaces. So you got SL10, S dash is probably 0, SR10, so you got 20 total. Steering drift compensation contains a total of 21 settings. Steering drift compensation can be set to any point from neutral to S to L10. Left from neutral. Or right is displayed when setting for neutral. When set, or that's displayed when set for neutral. Changes cannot be performed until the seat bar is lowered, the engine is started, and the press to operate loader button is pressed to enable the BICS. Perform starting procedure. Fasten seatbelt, lower seat bar, place joystick in neutral, start the engine, press the operate lower button. Raising the seat bar or changing drive control patterns, ISO H will cause the machine to disengage from steering drift compensation. The Current settings will remain in effect until the stop button is pressed. Keyless panel or the key is turned on. Key switch panel. Steering drift compensation. Press and hold the press to operate loader button. Item 1. Hold it for 3 seconds. The current steering drift compensation setting will appear in the hour code meter displayed. So, I'll give you a thing there. It'll probably look like one of these guys. That's neutral, that's left, that's right. Press the upper left button on the joystick to adjust the machine left. So that guy. Or that guy for right, that guy for left. Through a maximum of 10. Maximum of S-L10 will appear in the display. Item 2. Or... Alright, so as you select that, it's going to change whether it's S. If you're going left, it's going to be S-L, whatever that way, or on the right, it's going to be SR, that number that way. The higher the number, the greater amount of steering drift compensation to the left. Adjustments to steering drift compensation will be effective immediately. Press the upper right button on the joystick to adjust back towards center. The display will decrease down to neutral displayed. Another press of the right button will cause it to appear in the display as SR, whatever your number you select. The number will increase by 1 each time you press the button up to a maximum of 10. The higher the number, the greater the amount of steering drift compensation to the right. Adjustments to steering drift compensation will be effective immediately. Note, this display will revert back to hour meter after a brief period of time. The machine will remain in steering drift compensation and continue in the current setting. Pressing the upper left or upper right button on the left joystick will adjust steering drift compensation accordingly and cause the new setting to appear in the display. So this doesn't seem like it's something that you want to use all the time, maybe? Oh, exiting and saving. So I guess while you're in the mode, it'll stay in the mode, even though the hour meter will come back to hours. And then as you push the buttons, it'll adjust while it's in the mode. It seems to be anyway. The current setting can be saved by pressing and holding the press to operate loader button for 3 seconds. Set will appear in a display and the machine will disengage from the steering drift compensation, or press the press to operate loader button to disengage from steering drift compensation without saving the current setting. Done. Item 4 will appear in the display, and the upper left and right buttons on the left joystick will no longer make changes to steering drift compensation. The current settings will remain in effect until the stop button is pressed, keyless panel, or the key is turned off. The machine will revert back to the last saved settings next time it is started. So you can set it to, like I say, you go through the procedure. So basically, long story short, once you get it running, it's started, you press and hold the press to operate loader button for 3 seconds. It'll go into that mode. You can select the left button or the right button to change which direction you want it to compensate, and then it'll stay that way while you're in that mode. By pressing and holding the press to operate loader button for 3 seconds, it will set that to the steering drift compensation. It'll stay that way all the time if you have like they say a motor or something that's running slower than the other. So it will set that and it will stay that way until you reset it. Or if you just push it once, just push it, it'll say done, and it will stay that way until you shut the machine off. So if you're doing something that requires you to compensate for it, like they say planing or trenching or something, then it will stay that way until you're done and you turn the key off, and then when you turn it back on, it'll go back to 0. So that's how you can do your steering drift compensation. That's it for those kind of features there. I'll probably make... So anyway, let's see how you can do that. So I hope that can help someone. It seems, I mean, I haven't done this yet. I'll probably include in the video when I replace that. If I do have to calibrate it, then I'll probably do that too. And I'll see if I'll record that also, along with replacing the controller. I might get to it. I don't know. If I don't have to do it, it seems kind of complicated, and I don't really want to start messing with it if I don't have to. Calibration procedure. What's for that one? Control valve, actuator, drive controller. Now, it doesn't say anything about having to do that calibration, but anyway, so like I say, I hope that can help somebody, and I thank you for watching.